What's up, space pirates? This is your Admiral, the ever-charming Dr. Disaster. And if there is one thing that the Ubisoft brand has become synonymous with over the years, it's bugs in their games.
What do you mean bugs? I hate bugs!
Ubisoft has frequently released games that are buggy messes, which has given them an absolutely dog shit reputation among gamers. In fact, at this stage, just about the only other company with a reputation as bad as Ubisoft is EA. It's hard to say which one is more despised, but considering all of their financial woes, Ubisoft really needs Assassin's Creed Shadows that's going to be released next month. They need that to be a big win for the company. They need that game to succeed. Though by now, it's no secret that the outlook for that game's sales is bleak, because the other thing that Ubisoft has become known for is their penchant for needlessly embracing controversy that has them constantly sparring with large chunks of their potential customers. So with all of that context in mind, and with the release of Assassin's Creed Shadows coming in little over a month, the last thing Ubisoft needed was another example of gamers being reminded what a dogshit company they are, what buggy messes all of their games are, but gamers are getting that reminder anyhow. Assassin's Creed Origins and Assassin's Creed Valhalla have been unplayable for a lot of gamers the last couple of months due to a Windows update, and Ubisoft has done nothing to fix it.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
Naturally, the Access Media is doing their damnedest to try to protect their corporate masters over at Ubisoft, but it's too little too late. The truth is out there. Ubisoft has proven repeatedly that they don't give a shit about their customers, and in fact, for most of us who don't just mindlessly go along with the progressive, activist shit that they shove into their games, it's very clear what they think of us.
I hate you!
I know.
Alright me hearties, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and also, don't forget to follow me over on Twitter or X, or whatever you want to refer to it as these days. I keep a list on there of games lousy with wokeness pinned to the account at all times for your reference. My handle over there is Dr. Disaster 1. But alright, let's talk about what's going on with Assassin's Creed Origins and why people are none too thrilled with Ubisoft right now. Don't forget what absolutely awful timing this is for the company though. They are just this side of bankruptcy, which I've been covering for over half a year now. Ubisoft was banking on 2024 being a banner year. They have been running at losses for the past several years, getting ready, getting ramped up for 2024. They thought for sure that with Skull and Bones, Star Wars Outlaws, X-Defiant, and Assassin's Creed Shadows, they thought for sure they were guaranteed to make a shitload of money. But none of those games panned out the way they thought they would. In fact, Star Wars Outlaws sold so poorly that it caused the Ubisoft stock value to tank, and Assassin's Creed Shadows didn't even end up being released in 2024. And now this has happened. This article comes to us from That Park Place. Link in the description. Let's read through it. The article says, Ubisoft's troubles have mounted into 2025 with the PC version of Assassin's Creed Origins becoming the latest casualty of the company's ongoing woes. Steam users have flooded the game with negative reviews, dropping its recent review rating to mixed. While some legacy access media outlets, including IGN, have characterized this as a review bombing, it's important to challenge this label. What we are witnessing isn't a coordinated campaign to unfairly tank the game's reputation or unfairly malign a studio that's simply trying to do its best. Rather, it's genuine consumer frustration with a product that, for many, no longer functions. And I actually like the fact that the media is referring to this situation as a review bombing campaign. Not because I think the label is accurate, as you're going to see in just a second here, but because it is so wildly inaccurate. The more that the media carelessly throws that term around, the review bombing term, the less relevant that term will be. This past summer, as you may remember, when Star Wars The Acolyte came out, that was the media's go-to defense to explain why the reviews were so bad for that show. They said it was just a review bombing. This has always been a nonsensical term, and the more they overuse it, the sooner it will die off. But let's read why people are actually leaving negative reviews for Origins. The article says, the backlash stems from a November Windows 11 update that rendered several Ubisoft titles, including Assassin's Creed Origins, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and Star Wars Outlaws, unplayable. Thankfully, no one was playing Star Wars Outlaws, so it likely led to very little frustration.
Good one. Yep, that was a good one.
Yeah, and this is just your friendly reminder here that Star Wars Outlaws was so pathetic that when it released on Steam about a month and a half ago, they couldn't even hit 2,500 concurrent players on that platform. But anyhow, I digress. Issues ranged from black screens and freezing to games failing to launch altogether. Microsoft acknowledged the severity of the problem, implementing a compatibility block on Windows updates for affected systems and recommending users avoid manual installation of the new version. Ubisoft, meanwhile, scrambled to address the fallout, issuing fixes for Star Wars Outlaws and Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. However, Origins and other Assassin's Creed titles remain unplayable for many, with no definitive resolution in sight. Players turning to Steam reviews to voice their grievances is a natural consequence of this prolonged silence and inaction. So yeah, that seems like a pretty reasonable response on the part of the gamers to leave negative reviews for a game that they can no longer play. Imagine what sort of a corporate kiss-ass that you would have to be in order to look at this scenario and blame the gamers involved. I mean, what else are they supposed to do? These days, the average gamer has precious few ways to voice their frustrations with these companies. Anything negative said to a company on social media gets blocked and ignored. These access media jackasses are constantly doing their best to drown out complaints because they have abandoned their responsibility as so-called journalists. The idea was that they were supposed to, as journalists, protect the little guy by exposing companies like Ubisoft for exactly this sort of practice. And don't get me wrong, ultimately, this is more Microsoft's fault than anyone else, but it has been 2 months now, and Ubisoft has not done what they need to do to protect their customers. They haven't even said anything about it. So yeah, the access media's job these days seems to be protecting the corporations from the little guy, which is funny considering these people, these woke types, are always wailing about corporations being greedy and evil, and yet you will never meet someone with their nose shoved as far up corporate butt as these progressive schmucks. And it's because they buy into the sloganeering from these companies. When a company like Ubisoft puts out a game like Assassin's Creed Shadows, which panders to the modern audience by using the one black fella that was in ancient Japan as one of the main characters of this game set in feudal Japan, it isn't because the company is virtuous. Ubisoft does not give a shit. They just think that this is the way for them to make a lot of money. Anyhow, the point is that the access media are much the same as these corporations. They don't actually believe this is review bombing. They just know that if they defend Ubisoft, that is what keeps the gravy train chugging along. This is how they make money, by fooling you into continuing to buy all the corporate slop that comes from the likes of Ubisoft. So no, it isn't review bombing to complain about not being able to use a product that was paid for. This is just about the only way that gamers can get people to listen to them. But I'm going to leave it there. Drop your mockery of Ubisoft and their defenders in the access media into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.